Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, kings, queens, peasants, and pussy poppers. It's your boy Cliff the Gift, slanging that wood, not that stick. Your man might keep it 100, but you see me, I'm gonna give you that extra inch. I'm here with my two guys, and I'm gonna let them introduce themselves in this bitch. But y'all wanna let y'all know we here once again, some foes, some friend, but we can't let y'all pretend that y'all ain't gonna hit this motherfucking no pin not in. Now go ahead and step in for me, my friend.
Yeah, man. Goddamn it, you know what it is. It's your boy T Rich, you funky bitch. One more again, back live and direct. You know what I'm saying? I took a week off. You know, I need a little bit of time to myself. You know, but we back, getting ready to talk some old shit, get some more game out. You know what I'm saying?
It's your boy Young Lil, aka Young Lily, also known as the Black MacGyver and Mr. 420 yourself. You know what I'm saying? We missed y'all. We ready to get right into it with a nice one. What we got, bro?
Well, yeah, man. So today to start this off, we had a little conversation up in our group chat, and it got a little heated. And I was like, man, we gotta save it for the show. So Future was ordered to pay $3,200 in child support to Eliza Reign, which is Future's accountant estimates he only makes $30,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? That's what they said. But the lady is looking for $3,200 a month in child support. She was actually awarded that. I feel like that's a bit much and a bit excessive, but let me rewind. She was asking for $53,000 a month is what she was trying to get in the beginning. So Future countered that offer with saying he'll give her $1,000 a month. She said, "Fuck that, let me take you to court." And when they end up going to court, he ultimately ends up paying $3,200 a month now. Yeah, fellas, I'm not rolling. You know, Future, I don't believe that a man should be. I don't believe that he should be paying $3,200 a month of child support. That's just my personal opinion. Tori, where you at with it, bro?
Well, I mean, looking at it from what she wanted originally, I would say that I would have no problems with that. You know what I'm saying? But honestly, it could be debated. That $3,200 to some people might seem like, well, maybe, I mean, being who he is, $3,200 should be nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? But you got to take into account, we don't know what his expenses are. We don't know how much he's truly making in the midst of a pandemic going on and everything. You got to take into account the other kids that he has to support, you know, and then his own personal shit with everything that's going on right now. So, I mean, honestly, $3,200, I wouldn't have no problems with that if I was in his position, like, because bitch, you low key tried to rob me with that 53. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way you was finna get that, like. So, and I mean, just from having homies with you know, and most of my homies take care of their kids, but I do got some sorry ass niggas that I know, and they pretty absent in the child's life, and I just feel like, you know, sometimes that child support, you know, when you a nigga that's doing what you do, you can't really be mad at the child support order because, nigga, you kind of was supposed to be there in your child's life anyway. So now, really, she just taxing your ass because you choose not to be there. You know?
Okay. Where you at, Lil?
Well, I mean, before I say anything, I must preface it by saying this. I do not have a child. I'm not currently on
nigga,
child
none
support.
Of us do. Nigga, ain't none of us.
But I want child support.
Before I make any opinion, I like to let it be known where I am personally, so that people know, like, my opinion doesn't mean shit because I'm not experiencing this myself. So this is only what I can speak for from the outside looking in.
So just had to put that,
really mean shit.
Had to put that disclaimer out there.
Yeah, I just
give
you
it
know
to the people though.
Yeah, I just want the people to understand my positioning before I decide to speak on how I feel about it. Now I'll say this. There seems to be an overwhelming amount of people that like to go out and enjoy themselves on any given evening and engage in sexual activities with a young lady, and it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But once you decide to go do that, and you do that without protecting yourself, you know, which not only protects yourself from sexually transmitted diseases, but also protects your financial futures in you not having little futures running around. You feel where I'm going? Mm-hmm. So I feel like once you decide to engage in that activity with another consenting adult, both of those adults become responsible for the results that come thereafter, be it a STD or a child. Either way, you got to deal with the ramifications for the rest of your life, correct?
Correct.
So, if you happen to make a certain amount of money, however much money that is, I feel like you should be responsible for the well-being of that child to a reasonable degree. 52,000 or 53,000, insane.
That's not
makes no sense at all.
Reasonable at all.
But for a person who claims to have dropped 100 bands on a chain, 3,000 a month should be absolutely nothing. That is reasonable. And I feel like if you have a child and you're not going to care for that child and have them be directly in your life, the least you can do is give that child, or that child be afforded half of what a normal income would be if you were present in their life. I feel like that makes fine sense. It should be reasonable across the board. Even if you never see that child again, the least you can do is financially benefit their life.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my thing. Who's to say that he's not gonna see the kid? Who's to say he's not gonna be in their life or anything like that? So this is where I'm going. This is where I see it. For her to $3,200 a month, roughly $38,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Roughly close to $40,000 a year. Now we can argue that's minimum wage salary. In most places, a little bit below. And we thinking about it from an aspect of living here in California. Mm-hmm. Like you know what I'm saying? In other places, the rent is not like that. So the cost of living isn't
it varies
as expensive. It
from
varies.
Place to place.
It varies from place to place.
More than likely, they live in Atlanta, so it's
and
comparable.
like what you said as well. Two people laid down deciding to make a choice. Now, financial reasons before you had sex with this person should not have been the reason why you decided to. Shouldn't have been the reason why you decided.
It shouldn't have.
To fuck without a condom.
That shit get tricky.
Or without. And
that shit get tricky.
That's why I say it. And it gets tricky. And that's why I'm go. That's why I'm going to say this. Now we just said that this is the amount of a minimum wage job, right? Mm-hmm. Now the money is not for the mother. The money is not for the mother. It's for the care of the child. Correct. Mm-hmm. So it's not. We're not paying her to raise her own kid.
Correct.
We're not ordering, you know what I'm saying? You're paying them to take care of the child having the things that they need. At 1 year old. Now you gotta go back and do this every year when they as they get older. You're gonna have to go back for different times as financial situations. Someone gets a job, someone doesn't.
Kids get more expensive when they get older too.
And that's where I'm going with this. Mm-hmm. This is where I'm going. So if we're starting off at $3,200 for a 1 year old, it only gets bigger from here. Mm-hmm. The promotions only keep happening for the mother.
Okay.
If that's what we're talking about. So we're saying as the child gets easier, because I feel like in the younger years, it's actually harder to take care of a kid as far as actually having to be there. Now the things that they need, financially increase more as they get older. Okay. But actually care, time, and being involved, I feel like that's more young. 1 year old, you don't really want it. You can send a 1 year old to daycare,
especially if you have to work.
If you have to work, but you don't want to, and that's the thing though. So now, is he paying for the mother's lifestyle to not work and be a stay-home mom?
And that's where I think a lot of people might find themselves in this debate, because you can't technically prove that she only laid down with this man based on the means that he's able to provide and all of this.
Right. I believe they laid down.
You can't prove that. You laid down
because they wanted to fuck.
We all know, you laid down because you wanted to fuck him and you knew he was that nigga. We all know that. Okay. Now the thing is,
can debate that.
The thing about it is, okay, who says that the woman's financial means has to stop just because you done laid down with a particular nigga? Just because you're getting child support doesn't mean that you're supposed to not show up to your job and do what the fuck.
But here's what we're missing and not accounting for as men, because we don't have to experience this or go through this. And I made sure I had conversation with women that have children before I put my opinion on it. Things change for a woman greatly after they have a child. And a man not being in the life and a woman having to be a single parent taking care of a child means a lot of ramifications, because anything can happen with a child at any moment where you got to drop everything. Jobs don't like it when you got young children. They will fire you in a heartbeat. People do not make accommodations. It usually has to be your family, and your family get tired of that shit after a while. A lot of men don't take into account those things. They just think, oh, I'm giving this money, she should be fine. Right. It's more than that. Time, effort, energy, all of that goes in. And when a child is a 24-hour-a-day job. So not only does she have to care for that child, she has to also care for herself, keep her mind state and well-being in order to make sure that child's welfare is taken care of, and provide at the same time. I feel like 3,200 is not a flex. It's not something you want to be going designer bags off of.
At the same time though, Lil, there are women out there that are raising multiple kids in meager accommodations. They haven't had this child with a nigga who has the means of a nigga that has celebrity status.
Exactly.
And at the same time, I get what you're saying, because a woman does need to be able to recharge, and she does need to be able to have keep a level head in order to be the single mother in the position that she's in. You know what I'm saying? You have to be motherly, and you still have to render aid. You still have to render care and all of that stuff. You have to feed them. You have to clothe them and everything. That's why I say, when it comes to child support, because I know guys that were on child support and they lived in the same house with the chick.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I say this shit can get tricky.
Yep.
So
but it's when you get certain benefits, they have to put you on child support, like certain county benefits or like health stuff.
But that's
the
thing.
kids.
That's the thing. Well, like when people say $3,200, like all I'm saying is, okay, it depends on, like we say, cost of living, and then the accommodations that are around. Yep. Because the child needs to go to school, the child needs health care, the child needs food, the child needs clothing, and then the child might need other shit too. Like, you never know. Like, the child might be, I'm not putting this on anybody, but there are special needs children. There's kids with different health conditions. There's all kinds of shit that needs to happen. So
and the other thing,
while I'm thinking basically $3,200, that's plenty. But we never know what the circumstances are based on person to person.
On person to person.
Yeah,
and that's why I'm saying, when we also had the conversation of talking about WAP. When we had the WAP episode, one of the things that I brought up, and one of the people that I brought up in that episode was Future. We actually talked about that, and we said that, you know, he can rap about this, but look at what goes into his life, and look at how he's chastised when it happens.
Because then you look up, you got a dozen children,
and now you paying all this money, but you're accepting your consequences or whatever. And just like I said, if it's not, that still isn't. It doesn't cost. I'm just saying it shouldn't cost $3,200 for a 1-year-old per month every month for 12 months out of the year. But like I said, unless if we're talking about if this person does not have a job, this is finna be their only thing that they doing for the rest of this for this. It like we said, it's gonna constantly move. The value of this, the benchmark is gonna keep on changing. And
the benchmark, once they make that judgment, it stays that for the 18 years. It doesn't go up as the kid gets older.
No, you can go back to court.
You can go back to court.
And
you can go back to court if his income increases again. Guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna go back to court because she's gonna want more money.
But it's only based on if the kid's needs increase. But if the kid's needs don't increase, then it won't increase more. Because she would have to press that, show where it needs. Like I've sat in these courtrooms. I know how this stuff go. I sat in when my mom had to put it on my dad.
But bro,
they can't. They're not just gonna be like, oh, he's older now, more money. Like, it don't work like that.
You have to be able to justify why you're asking for more.
Exactly.
Money.
So you're not gonna just not. And I can say that there are situations where a lot of men are fucked over by the system and they get screwed.
Yes.
And what's crazy is we're focusing on these the rich people like Future, but I feel like this conversation for sure needs to be had on the other end where I feel is injustice is men, especially men of color that don't have enough income and they get taxed and they end up going to jail. And
exactly.
They end up losing
you can go to jail for not having a job.
You can lose your driver's license.
You have a child.
Yes.
Which means you will lose your job.
This is the thing that I'm saying.
And then not only that, you can be blocked from getting a job simply because
you owe child support.
You don't have a license. You have child support orders and all of this stuff, and then you be going to jail. So it's like, nigga, he's trying to get a job so he can pay his child support and get his fucking license.
Which contributes to the system of keeping the black man and the black family down in America. And I hate to sound like a record, but this is just another avenue that shows that no matter which way you try to go about it, there's another roadblock in the way of our success and keeping us from being able to be a family and care for our families.
And that's what I'm saying. When we take it and women can look at these men as, okay, this might just be my ticket out. You know what I'm saying? This is my lotto ticket. Versus because there's no prosecution or anything for them going with that agenda. Like it's the same thing. I definitely don't want to use. I don't want to be misquoted on this in any type of way, because it's like victim blaming. It is damn near the same way when you say, well, he knew what was gonna happen when he laid down with that woman. Like when you make those type of arguments, well, you know what's gonna happen when you got that kind of money and you fucking one of these floozies on the road and whoop. Well, man, that's like putting the same. You know she gonna put you on papers if she can have a baby and whoop. Yeah. It's the exact same thing when we say, well, it's that black dude fault. He got shot because he took off running. You know the system ain't out to help you.
It's not the same thing. If I take off running, that at any point, if I decide to take off running, that does not necessarily guarantee that I'm going to get shot every time. No. Listen what I'm saying. No, let me finish. If you have sex without a condom, there is more times than not that you will have a child.
Bro,
that is not the same.
That's not the same as just with unprotected sex.
Yeah, like, in vitro fertilization.
A condom can break. I'm just saying, like you're saying.
But are they really taking the time to put a condom on?
Bro,
like,
are we being serious? In the bedroom with
Future has how many children now?
But
Future has how many children now? Clearly, he does not have a tab running for condoms. He doesn't buy them. And if he does, he must have the shittiest luck in the world. Because you can't have 9 kids and say that you're an avid condom
user. Niggas just like raw sex.
Got it. And
women like raw sex.
And
we all taking chances when we do this shit.
Here's the thing, bro. It's a natural thing. The difference is, back in the day, men used to be of a different grain and standard. And if they had a kid, they would have kids in this town, that town, but they would handle their responsibilities. The issue is, these weak motherfuckers continue to shirk their responsibilities and not stand on the table as men. And that shit gets on my nerves. While I understand we get fucked over in the system, when you see somebody who's flaunting a certain lifestyle and living a certain lifestyle, the seeds and the progenitors of your seed need to be able to benefit the same way.
Bro, like I said, I highly doubt that Future is mad about paying $3,200. I'm not upset.
He's happy he's not paying 50 something.
Exactly. And I'm not upset at the fact that he has to pay $3,200. That's not even the argument that I'm having it. Oh, that's fucked up. I'm saying having sex for one person should not be a
payday.
Yeah. Or
put a condom on,
or my ticket into a new lifestyle.
But it's not. See, this is the thing. You making it seem like she's just walking into the lap of luxury. There is a child involved. There is a new life that must be raised, cultivated, and taught. It ain't just I got a baby now. I get a check, and it's just a check and not a kid. There's a life involved in that.
I understand that.
So it can't be surmised to something so menial.
That's the thing, though. You can't say that women. You can't say that certain women aren't cynical in what they think, because
they are.
53,000. If I show up to court and a bitch says she wants 53,000 and we only fuck for a short time and just so happen I got you pregnant out
53,000 for probably every second that the cuz lasted.
Have you ever met a girl?
I'm not gonna divulge into that.
I'm saying like. There's a point where we have to understand where these women be coming from. Where it didn't start off as I want 52,000 from the get go. Is are you gonna come see him? Can I get some money? I gotta get this. I gotta get that. Can I get this? Can I get that? And you don't understand how many females I've heard tell me I've been hung up on, I've been blocked, I've been ignored, and all I wanted was money for diapers. All I needed was a little bit of help because I couldn't get it myself at the time.
How many other kids does this woman have from how many other dudes?
Just one. Just one child.
I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
But it don't be like.
But that's not the case.
It's a person-to-person basis.
So you can't put that anger towards one particular case or one woman who's being facetious over another woman. And the majority of the time, it's a woman that's trying to just take care of her child simply, and the man will completely do her wrong. And that shit happens time and time again. I know so many people, family members that I have, and niggas just ain't shit. Skip out the whole way.
And that's the thing. But this is also another thing. Like you said, this dude showed you all these different things of him. Like he didn't just start becoming inconsistent. And if he did just start becoming inconsistent like that, then why did you fuck him raw like
because
that?
You knew who he was before you fucked him.
Exactly. And then my other point that I was gonna make that y'all said, it's like, bro, in the time frame of you getting to know a person and you saying like I want to have a baby with him, I don't feel like that wasn't the exact point that I wanted to make. It was about damn.
I'll be freestyling shit. I don't write notes down or nothing.
I already feel you.
I just be
but bro, like I said, and stepping into a new realm and saying that's gonna step her into that's where I was going. That's what I wanted to say. We have to hold these people accountable. If that's the case, if we want to say it takes that much money for the kid, then let's say, how about the mother is required to put up this amount into this account, and the dad is required to put up this amount to this account per month. That way, that if you got to match whatever he putting in there, then we know that this money going for the kid.
It's like basically whatever you're doing already. Whatever he's adding should just complement what you already got going.
Bro, if you think $3,200 is enough for her to not have a job, you're smoking really good crack.
But that's the thing. That don't mean she's supposed to fall off the ball.
No, she's going to have to still maintain a job. She even said she has a job currently where she's making 11 something an hour. She's still working a job. It's just not 11 something an hour is not enough to maintain a household and take care of a baby.
So you get a better job.
Okay, but and you're not in a position to get a better job, then what? You're doing the best you can with taking care of a child. You can't go for a big job if you got a baby.
And that's the thing.
You can't go for a big job if you got a baby right there. You should go do a concert. He ain't got to carry a baby with him.
Okay,
he ain't got to breastfeed.
Her ability to go and get a better job is not predicated on him.
No, but it's predicated on the child.
If you ain't got it, you just ain't got it.
You saying it's predicated on childbirth? As if
you have a child to take care of,
as if he was
which
saying,
means she can't move the same way.
Man, listen, my homie mama was pregnant at 18. Everybody counted her out. She got her ass up and walked to fucking school and got a degree. Then walked to school and I don't know if she walked to school to get it, but then went and got another degree and then went and got a job with the city. With 2 kids. And that's the thing. Like,
if the father was in a financial position to make sure that didn't have to happen, then he should have done so.
No.
As a child that had to be raised by a mother. Wait, my mama had to raise.
You just said
that a woman shouldn't want to aspire to be better for her kids if she has a nigga to take care of her.
No, I didn't say take care of her. I said if she could have been,
man can provide,
if she could have been put in a position where she didn't have to walk every day with a child, if that could have been taken care of by the person who decided to impregnate her in the first place, who laid down with her, which it was a mutual decision where 2 consenting adults decided to lay down together. Both should equally be responsible for the results that happen.
And you know fucking this man. But wait, you know fucking this man that you ain't got enough money to take care of this shit. You didn't even have enough money to go half with this nigga on the date.
Okay, so why are you putting that on her and not on him too? It should be an equal responsibility where they both should equally share in it. Equally.
That's why I say I understand what you're saying. Him giving $3,200 a month is not equal to what she's gonna have, to what she's doing.
Let's say she pulls in $3,200 a month by herself with her job. Okay, let's say she wasn't making $11 an hour. Let's say she was making the wage that she makes to pull in $3,200. Right. Okay, now is it a different conversation?
Is she making 40?
Is it a different?
He still needs to pay child support.
Okay, no. But what I'm saying is,
she's just making more money now.
Is the $3,200 now justifiable? Because now he's meeting her halfway, just not with the presents.
If that's what the judge ordered. But remember, she's got that as a reduction based off of what she asked for in the first place.
Exactly, because what she asked for. Because listen,
because the judge was like, "That's stupid. This makes sense."
Because you're not pulling in $53,000 on your own.
Based off, because when you go into child support, when you go into court for child support, they have to break down finances, all of that shit. They need to know it all. That's why court documents letting niggas be getting exposed in their court documents.
That right there shows you how cynical she was. Because it's like, bitch, you ain't even pulling $53,000 on your own. What makes you think I'm finna make this man pay you $53,000 for a kid? And you not even making $53,000 a month. Because it would
literally change your entire lifestyle. But then the judge was like, what can I give you that I know for sure would help the benefit of the child, but won't make you live a lap of luxury? She's not going to be living the lap of luxury.
More than likely, that 30. That's why I said when I say that 32 is plenty. To some people, it might be like, well, no, it's future. But at the same time, it's like, nigga, that 32 is more than what she's making in an entire month.
Exactly, and that's a reasonable amount of money. That is not ignorant. Somebody said 5,000. Somebody had said 5,000. I feel like even 5,000 is like a bit much, but still on the lower
5,000 is still definitely. That child is living good over there.
Yeah, that child is better than straight. But 3,200, I feel like that's reasonable.
If she made, but this is my thing, bro. If she was already making $100,000 a year, would she even ask him for money? If she was, I'm saying, would the argument be as strong for her to get that amount?
Yeah.
If she was making $150,000 a year, it's like, well,
you still need to put it on this child's life.
You
help
still
create.
do.
I understand. No, I understand.
That's principle.
I understand the principle in putting in child support, but it's like, I don't even think that type of woman would have brought him to court for $53K talking about it like that. It would have been well, he need to do something. And that's why I say, if the judge awarded $3,200 to anybody, I'm saying that's cool, bro. But you can't sit here and say for a woman, for somebody in that position, to where you're trying to make this person pay something. That's not giving that child the life of both parents at the time. That's giving that child this man's life and being in her care, which could be
blowed
totally
over his
reckless.
back because he doesn't have to deal with the child.
I feel like that could be totally reckless, bro. Like having this mind
then
state,
take care of your
raise
kids.
my kids.
Then take care of
your
your kids.
Gonna go. So that's where I was gonna go. If it doesn't matter, we already see that he has the financial means to take care of a child, correct?
Mm-hmm.
If he decided to strip this child because you don't make enough money to say that you was fucking with a nigga like me,
yeah, he could do that.
and I'm gonna make
It's like Future. If it really come down to it, he could just put some dope in the bitch car and get his kid, and ain't got to deal with no fucking child support.
He wouldn't even have to do that. If he actually wanted to be a man and raise his child, he can just say, "Give me my child." There's no way the mom gonna say no.
Yes, she would.
Shit, nigga.
I know plenty of women that'll tell your ass no. That's her baby, bro. The argument with that one that no judge is gonna hear is she spent 9 months walking around with this motherfucker inside of her. I can't just give it to you because you got more money.
They're gonna always take the side.
First of all, that isn't true. I've literally seen in instances where the parent who can financially care for the child better, if you can prove that the other parent can't financially care for the child, regardless of if it's the father or mother, they can.
It don't even come down to finances
like that. Listen.
It doesn't. There's literally, bro. I sit and watch the Lifetime.
You're taking it to the extreme.
I'm not taking it to an extreme. This is real life. I'd watch real life shit.
They both can provide for the child, but it can come down to other shit. Like
wait.
There's also other stuff.
I can't let you say that. I can't let you say that because that's wrong. Listen, if the mother has a job, it does not matter. If the mother has a job, if the mother is making $12.50 an hour and the child is not missing no meals, the child is getting everything that they need. That just because this person got more money, he cannot come take that child.
If the child's getting everything they need, if they're not getting everything they need, like say if they're on a county or using any other resource other than being able to financially care for it, there can be a case made if you have a lawyer good enough. I've seen this shit happen before. I don't just talk out my ass. If you have a good enough lawyer, you can prove that you can take care for that child better than the other parent can, and a judge will overturn that decision.
So because somebody's on food stamps, the other one can take that person's kid.
If you are the parent
even
of
if
the
they
child,
got a job,
if you are the
even
parent,
if they work,
if you're the parent, let me talk, bro. Please stop cutting me off. If you are the parent of the child, name sound on the birth certificate.
Just look this up. Go ahead.
Name sound on the birth certificate, and you prove that you can financially care for that child and the other parent cannot, you will lose custody of that child. There's literally been movies and news stories written on people losing their child because they couldn't financially care for it and the other spouse could. Literally, there's a show on TV right now where they're going over a situation where a mother lost her child because she couldn't financially care for the child.
You're saying, I hear what you're saying, but you're not saying it correctly.
What do you mean?
Listen, because of money, they can, but because of a financial heart, because somebody is not taking care of the child financially, yes. Because someone has more money, no.
I just said that.
Because that's the thing.
I said if you can prove that they can't financially care for the child, then they can take custody of the child.
If I have a job and if I have a job, I'm working. I'm putting food on the table. It doesn't matter if the food is coming from food stamps. If the needs of
you just said I'm working and putting food. All right.
Well,
all right. I'm dead right there.
No,
you just
I understand.
My point right
I understand where Cliff is
coming from. Same thing.
I understand where Cliff is coming from because if you show up to court and they say that you on food stamps and you working a shitty job, you still allowed to keep. You can still have custody of it.
If the other parent wants custody, they can literally cause a custody battle over the fact that you're using.
We're
the county
literally
on
looking
the
at it. The ability of a parent to care for the child may come down to his or her income in some respect. However, it will not be legal basis on which the courts will determine custody. The courts will not award custody to one parent because he or she makes more money than the other.
Not more money, but if the other parent cannot financially care for the child, not just making more.
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying making more.
We need the context.
Let me finish. Simply making more doesn't mean it. Like if I make $50,000 a year, but she makes $70,000 a year, that doesn't cut it. I'm saying if the parent is making $11 an hour, which if you add it up in a year, that means she's only making like $30,000, which is not enough to take care of a child. Then I can prove that she's not financially able to take care of my child. My child is in a position where their well-being is not being cared for properly. I can do that.
Okay, get this.
Let me look at my child.
I got it. Let me just catch it.
Okay.
You just told me that Future could come take his child from that woman.
If he wanted to.
If he wanted.
Does he want his child? Has he taken any steps to try to say I want that child
in my... Under what grounds could he take that child from that woman if he wanted to? Well, she's making the money. You just said she had a job, right? She's making the money to take care of the kid.
$11.98 an hour.
How can she not?
I just said $11.98 an hour is not enough to care for a child or even yourself.
As far as you think, and that's what I'm saying. It's plenty of women in the
I make $20 an hour and I don't have enough to raise a child.
Bro, how many people have you worked with that make the same amount that you make right now and they got kids?
Barely making it?
But guess what, Jalil?
And have two income homes with two parents.
Jalil,
but they making it.
If you had
two parents, two incomes, they work at my job and somebody else working a different job, bro.
Go ahead,
it's a two-person job.
I'm listening.
So Jalil, you say you don't make enough to support a child.
No, I've added up my finances.
Are you gonna walk?
I'm planning on having a child.
Let's say the person who you decided to have a child with leaves your child at the house and runs out for an hour and a half to go run errands. The neighbor comes over, knocks on the door, and the child asks, who is it? And then she asks, is your mom home?
Wait, what?
Are you following what I'm saying?
No, why
okay,
the child alone?
Hold on. Let me. Okay, that's what I'm asking. Say your child the mother has custody of your child, right? Y'all don't live together. Okay? You say you don't make enough to raise your child. Okay? So the custody is going to the mother. So let's say the mother.
Wait, I'm saying I'm not having a kid
Jalil,
right now.
Can I finish talking, bro? I finish talking?
Bro,
I've listened to y'all bicker for like the last 5 minutes.
I'm trying to understand what the context of this.
Can you follow what I'm saying?
I'm trying to understand the context.
You just said you don't feel like you make enough to raise a child.
That's why I don't have one.
Okay. Let's say you have a child with somebody, right? Same job, same circumstances, right?
I'll be stupid.
Okay. You be stupid.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Let's say you and the girl choose not to be together and she has custody of the child.
Based off what?
Based off of you feel like you don't have enough money to raise a child.
But that wouldn't determine.
Can you listen to what I'm saying? I'm trying to paint the picture for you, but you're not letting me. You keep slapping the brush out my hand. All right?
Bro, finish the picture, bro.
Okay. She leaves the house. Your child is there at the house alone. She runs out to go run errands. Let's say she's going to get groceries or buy clothes and shit. Let me finish. The neighbor comes over, knocks on the door, finds your child there by himself, calls CPS. Now you go to court over custody of the child because now it seems like now the judge is saying, well, she's not fit enough to take care of the child because she leaves the child by herself. Are you going to take custody of the child even though you feel like you don't make enough money? You going to tell that to the judge? I don't make enough money to take care of this child. Okay, so you just going to...
That's why I was saying I knew that's where you were going, and I'm saying what I said was saying the reason I don't have a child now is because I know I don't make enough.
Okay, but that's position. The thing that don't keep you from fucking. That don't keep you from fucking.
I was just about to say that, bro.
That does not keep you from fucking.
Anytime you fuck, you can have a kid, bro.
Exactly, but I also know the ramifications, which is why Jalil doesn't have a kid right now, because I know what comes with it.
So you don't fuck no more?
I have sex, but I know what comes with it, so I take the precautions necessary for me to not have a child.
Like what?
Which is why I don't have a child.
Like what? Wear a condom?
That's my business. Why do I need to tell my business to the world?
But you just said.
I take the steps necessary for Jalil to not have a kid right now.
At the beginning of the show.
Does Jalil have a kid?
At the beginning of the show.
Does Jalil have a kid?
At the beginning of the show, did we not say having sex, whether it's protected or not, does that not lead to childbirth?
It can.
Having sex.
The chances definitely decrease greater when you use precaution. Is it not true or not?
Oh, those
you
chances
have a
100%, Jalil.
It's 99%. 99 is better than 0. Is 99 better than 0?
99.
They not.
Would you rather have a bulletproof vest on or not if you got to walk in the line of fire? Thank you very much.
Right. You goddamn right.
Exactly. You goddamn right.
That vest ain't gonna save your life though.
Yes, you can if you get shot in the dome. But and the percentage of you surviving a gunshot with a bulletproof vest on is like what, 45%?
Listen,
99% with a condom. I take my chances with a condom.
I hear what you're trying so hard.
But this is what I'm trying to say. If I'm in a position where I have, okay, if I
morale is not a question.
I'm going to answer your question. If I'm in a position where I have a child in the world, that's not a question. I'm going to make sure I do what I got to do to have the money to take care of my kid. Period. And my child will never be in a position where they got to be left at home alone.
But my question is, are you going to tell a child that you don't make enough money to care for that child?
No. Why would I say that to a child? I don't
have
a child right now.
Not to a child. Are you going to tell a judge, more specifically a white? Are you going to tell a white judge that you don't make enough money to care for the child?
Why would I say
even
that
though it's
to a-
already in the world?
Why would I say that to a judge? It's already.
Why
it's-
would you say that to
The
yourself?
circumstances, bro, because I'm saying right now, why y'all laughing? Me being a responsible adult right now, not having a child, I know I'm not in a financial position right now to care for a child properly the way I think they should. It's me being responsible. Something a lot of people my age and younger don't do. And why they got kids
You know
running
what's
around.
being responsible?
I've taken my time to realize I know I ain't got it right now. I'm putting myself in a position. I plan on having a child at 33. By 33, I will be in a position I need to be in to bring a child into this world. I'm taking my time to do it the right way, or the way I feel is right. And everybody else,
ain't no right way.
the way I said the way I feel is right for me.
All right.
I'm doing it my way. Some people don't get a choice. I was blessed enough to not have a child yet, and I'm going to take it upon my own self to do it on my own terms and make sure that I do it in a way where I don't have to fuck it up.
I hear you.
Bro, that's it.
I understand life. My mother had 3 children
My mom
by
had
the time
6.
she was my age. So I'm like, I have to understand, like, there is no ideal time or perfect situation in order to have a child.
No.
I could be up $5 million right now and still feel like I'm not in a position to raise a child.
No, because there'll be another factor.
There is
in
no
the way.
perfect time.
And I understand that.
But what I'm saying is different circumstances. It don't matter if I'm the breadwinner. If I make $100,000 a year and my wife only make 35, I'ma still, I mean, not my wife, but like the chick I choose to have a child with, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do
Hopefully
to
it's a wife.
complement. Hopefully it's my wife, but I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to complement her, whatever her means are, in order to raise this child properly. Because sometimes making $150,000 a year, you might not be at home. You might be traveling. You might be moving around. So it's not really your fault that you can't be present. It's just this is what you chose to do with your life, and now because you chose to have sex with somebody, and you might care about her. And it might be all kinds of shit. Like, you could be married to somebody and just not be present. There are plenty of fathers that aren't present in their life. But what I'm saying is, child support is just like the post that we seen back in the day. Like, child support is not for failed relationships. It's for absent fathers. And what I'm saying is, if you're a father and you don't know your child's principal, you don't know the teacher, you don't know the healthcare for, you don't know the doctor, dentist, none of that, you should be the main nigga that you shouldn't have no complaints about being on child support, nigga, because you choose to not be there, and then at the same time you don't want to help raise the child and provide for it. It's bullshit to me. I mean, I understand both y'all arguments with this shit.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, for me, I just think people.
That was that thing right there.
Yeah, that wasn't no firecracker.
Nah, that definitely wasn't no fireworks.
That wasn't no
nigga.
fireworks.
But
no, I agree with you.
Yeah, that threw
110%,
my
bro.
whole
that
whole
was that
mental
thing
off
right
right there.
I agree with you 110%, bro. I feel like if it's that thing, like, if you can tell me who your kid teacher is, or all of that important vital information, what your kid blood type is, like what they favorite whatever is,
Favorite color.
like anything.
You know your favorite kid. You know your kid's favorite cartoon.
What's your kid middle name? Like, at least, like, do you really care about your child, or really care about their well-being, and are you invested in their life and in their future? And if you're not invested in that, I think you need to pay up.
Like I said, I'm 100% with all men paying.
As long as it's reasonable.
I'm 100% with all men having to pay child support for any kid that they have, if that's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my thought to that, like I said, my solution to this would be, if you already taking this man to court, if you don't mind getting his money and getting him involved in court, since y'all had sex together, then you shouldn't mind you getting your money and yourself involved in court.
I think women need to stop running to the state
court
and telling them, hey, this
that.
is the situation that's going on.
That.
Man,
I can't say that.
Somebody said that yesterday, and they almost literally got their head ripped off by my sister, bro.
I wouldn't say that.
I think y'all need. I think the two people that get involved with conceiving a child, y'all need to have an agreement. Y'all need to figure this. Now, as much as I would want that to happen,
The agreement is a birth certificate.
I know that's not reality. I know people get spiteful and they start feeling all kinds of ways, even though y'all motherfuckers had a mutual agreement when y'all laid down that this is what we finna do.
Right.
I know y'all didn't discuss anything. Y'all didn't discuss the possible outcomes. Y'all was both in it for y'allself. But I just feel like if the more we incorporate the state into our shit, that's how we gonna always be divided.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, not to get you riled up or none of that. It just is like,
No.
I just think we all need to. And then at the same time, nigga, if you a nigga that got multiple baby mamas, they don't need to be beefing. These motherfuckers need to, like, I feel like since you want to be a player or whatnot, or you think you're a player,
house and move them all into it.
Or if you can't do that, these bitches need to have each other's number, and they need to be on such a cool status that
they can go
nigga,
get the
they can
child
go get if they can't get in touch with you, she need to be able to go to her.
But see, and that, but the,
You
and
have
the
a
thing,
network. I feel like that's genius work.
I know that's what they mean when they say it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
But the other part to that too is like I say, I'm not gonna say who, but it's people that I know in my life that have a baby mama that has multiple baby fathers.
Moms.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is you the third baby daddy at this point. And that's what I'm saying when it comes down to like, what if you the third baby daddy and your child is getting now you sending $3,200 a month to this house for this woman who got 3 other kids and the other dudes send $200 a month. Your money is now going somewhere else, unbeknownst to you, whether she admit it or not. It's because it's going to that household. You know what I'm saying? For the environment of that child, like you said. And that's why I say if it was mandatory for whatever that woman is saying she expects from this guy, or if because like I said, if people gonna involve the court anyway, the courts find a way to get involved in all your shit anyway. If that's what we gonna do and we gonna involve the courts, I feel like reform should be made to where, okay, we gonna have a child support bank. You know what I'm saying? Like a specific entity for child support where people go put in their money, put in their funds on both sides. We got a kid together, whether we live together or not. I mean, if y'all break up, it goes to the child, whatever like that. If y'all make it and the kid gets to college, then hey, y'all just spend that. Y'all just split whatever y'all was putting in there every month on fucking college. Or like I said, if that's what you're using to take care of the kid.
This nigga Cliff is innovative, man. You know, he over here.
I mean,
Or y'all taking whatever, or y'all take whatever y'all need in that month. If the child is with you and y'all don't have no money, y'all both put money into that account. That account is just building the whole time.
It's like a trust.
Now here's where
exactly.
here's where that becomes very difficult and almost to the point of impossible. Whichever parent, father or mother, has the custody, the finances don't work that way. When you got that kid right there next to you in front of you, it ain't just I put in this amount of money, it's out of my sight, out of my mind. When you got that kid next to you, it's everything you made plus more that goes right to that kid. Yeah, that shit, like, it literally, day to day, like, bro, I've had my nieces at my house for the past week and I've spent so much money. Because they're just there in front of you and they want stuff and they need stuff and they cry if they don't get it, blah, blah, blah. Like, it'd be more than just like, you can say, oh, you got to put $1,600 in this account and you got to put it every month and then that's for the kid. But what happens when that run out and that kid looking at you like, I want my McDonald's, where my McDonald's at, is about to be a problem in here.
Mm-hmm.
As much as we like to think, kids are a outlier, bro. They don't follow any particular rule. Like, they kind of just, anything can happen at any moment.
And that's why I say, like, she's filing for full cut. That's where we say that the situations all go into that. Is this a full custody thing? Is this a partial custody? Are we even talking about custody?
Right. Is there visitation?
Exactly. When you start throwing in all of those things, one parent, like, so the dudes who I know that pay child support, if they paying child support, that kid goes and be around them too.
Yep. Yeah.
They still spending that money and more. And on
but it does modify based on how often the child is with. Like, if it's 50-50, then the child support is like there's like a whole thing, like it depends on how often the child is with one parent or the other. Like, it's not always a set amount.
I feel you. I like I said, my thing is, I feel that these award amounts, like we said, we talking about future here.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this was like your point. You helped make a point for me that I wasn't really even trying to hit on at that time. But to say that she only make $11 an hour, you said, now this is where we had the argument with the WAP thing, and we agreed to low key agree on this. If you want to talk about fucking niggas for money, and you want to talk about just because he got the bread for this, and you gonna swallow dick and whoop 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 and all that, and you gonna do all of this, you gotta accept the consequences that come with it. You feel me? If you, the same way we said about these rappers who talking about, oh, she a red bone, I don't put a condom on, you gonna accept the consequences for this. You feel me?
I just fucked a bitch in the Gucci flip flops, and
you gonna accept the consequences for this. And when you tell me somebody who makes $11 an hour decides to lay down with somebody and have a kid,
That's what she makes now.
That's what she makes now. Okay, that's what she makes now. But you're telling me, you saying that you wouldn't have a kid if you only made that amount of money, right?
Hell no.
Exactly, because you're more responsible than that. So where does this person's responsibility kick in? Where are their ramifications?
Where's the other person's responsibility and ramifications? There's two people involved in this situation.
I get it.
And it needs to stop being put on the mother when... See, here's the thing.
You change that
But
like...
who controls
you change that like it was so simple to do, and it's not, bro.
It's not.
No, but there's a thing we have to think about, and especially when it comes to sex. Bro, we dictate the outcome. We do.
No, the fuck we don't.
We don't? Nigga, I know when I'm about to...
They just had a woman's. They just had women's march about abortion.
No,
Yeah.
it's her. No, I'm talking about my dick, nigga. And when I pull out, and what I decide to put on it. That is the one power we have during the whole thing.
Or you could just not put your dick in that woman altogether.
Once you get past consent, and all of the normal things, bro, you're in control of your dick. That is what you have dictation over. You control the baby batter that comes out and what comes forth with. Your seed is what's planted and creates the life, correct? Without it don't. So
all right,
so she makes the choice to open her legs, but you make a choice to bust it in there. You shot the club up.
Okay, we can wrap. I'm gonna start wrapping it up on this one, but I just want to say this. So, I go to fuck Oprah. We talking about equality here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to fuck Oprah. Oprah finds me attractive.
Mm-hmm.
She just can't keep her eyes
resist
off him. Can't resist the cliff. Goddamn it. And so, she wants to jump off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck Oprah, and I get Oprah pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Oprah decides to take the baby from me and request child support.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? That's crazy. But she decides to do that because she just doesn't like me.
Damn.
Or no, let me.
The judge gonna laugh at her.
Let me go. The judge will laugh at her. But he was still awarded. Cause
you're a billionaire. Get out my courthouse.
But I doubt it. If it came back the opposite way, how do I get my kid from Oprah as a man? I'm gonna say she isn't able to put in the time. Her schedule isn't as free as mine. Well, motherfucker, she make way more money than you. She could definitely take better care of the kid than I could, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
And women can be put on child support.
Yes, they can.
They can.
Kevin Federline.
That's what I'm saying. Women can be. This is my thing. Do you know how hard that is? Kevin Federline is a fucking unicorn in a sense. It's not as easy.
He took the kids.
It's not as easy
but
as it seems. Is what I'm trying
Brittany
to say,
helped
bro.
him get the kids.
Yeah,
that meltdown.
She went crazy.
So that's why I'm saying. That's what I was trying to say earlier. Like it's different situations that a man can get custody of his kid. Like I was joking when I said, man, just put the dope in the bitch car. But what I'm saying is, it's like it's really women that will have full custody of the kid with a nigga on child support. But you got your fucking nigga up in here selling dope out the house. Got random people coming over house. It's guns and all kinds of shit. So it's like,
who are we having?
This is all unbeknownst to you. And it's like your kid is in this environment, nigga. This is how you can win custody of your child.
Well, see, you know what this boils down to? We need to pick who we put our dicks in better. Honestly,
on both
if
sides.
if it ever comes to a point where your child is in danger of being around a nigga selling dope out the house, I think you need to question the circle you have sex in.
Bro, and that's what I'm saying. I say that on both sides.
Yeah.
So men and women.
But that's the thing. Like sometimes we move too fast with these women.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And the other way around too. Women move too fast with guys. Like I feel like we as a people, like we've gotten so used to everything being quick, fast, microwave. Like we even do that with our relations.
I got a brother.
These courts are encouraged.
I got a brother
stuff like this.
I got a brother that just came out of a long relationship and saw what he liked in the club. Next thing you know, he got a baby. Damn. And it happens like that.
Damn.
You don't know this person.
Not the rebound.
You know
club,
what I'm saying?
Baby.
But I understand human flaw. Like we emotional. We like to party. We like to get drunk. We like to get we get horny. We do all kinds of shit. So that's what I'm saying. Like that self-control shit is pivotal because it take two to tango. So like when you say you put a condom on and shit, I'm like, listen, like all those prophylactics are not 100%. You know what I'm saying?
Sound great.
And we all like raw sex. We all like all of this shit. So I'm like,
y'all like it raw.
But that's the thing. In this society, it's gonna be looked at differently as when we look at ourselves as men. Like a lot of time we got to take shit on the chin better.
Yep.
Because we like to make it so much like, oh, why is the onus always on us? Nigga, the onus is always gonna be on us.
Right.
Which is why you gotta we gotta check each other as homies.
And ourselves.
We gotta check these young niggas that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? Check all our nephews, check our brothers. We gotta do all of that shit. We gotta do our part too.
I feel like I wanna go ahead, bro. I feel like we have a sense of we owe it to ourselves to have a sense of responsibility in the things that we do, not only in the children that we choose to populate the earth with and bring into the world. Because being honest, this isn't a new thing. Men sowing their oats and having children all over the place has been happening since the beginning of time because men are naturally conquerors. We go out, we conquer shit. And back in the day, you would go to one village, the next village, the next village, and just kids. Yep. So it's always been a thing that happened. But nowadays, the accountability factor is there. Back then, you could have a kid with a woman to be gone and then never, ever, ever, ever see you again. You'd be like, my daddy wasn't so-and-so, and so I think I heard from my mom. And that'd be it. And now it's like, there's an accountability factor. Now you got a gram. Yep. There was no Viking gram. There was no African warrior gram.
You just go to a city and be like, all these motherfuckers look like me.
Right. You clap the cheeks in the hood in the game. Like it's game time. But now there's things tied to it because there's a trail following you everywhere you go. There's proof that you was in that city that night that she got impregnated, or pictures together because y'all posted them on the gram. Like now there's just receipts available. And I think that it's high time that we start taking care of responsibility on both ends of the spectrum. Mothers that neglect their children and fathers that neglect their children. We got to own up because the reason we're in this shitty situation is because people don't take care of what they left here.
Yeah.
100%, bro. I agree with you, and we're gonna close right here. But my last thought on that is, like I said, man. Everybody, I feel like we need to bring that accountability spectrum a little bit wider. I'm not trying to give. Men, we lead, and yes, we need to be the first ones to step up and decide where we gonna stick our dicks and where we not. You feel me? But the second thing is we need women to, women are the backbone. Women raise the men. Like y'all. If you gonna be the independent mother, I don't feel like you should be teaching your son that if he got a little bit of bread, that your pussy is cool. That pussy is cool to just fuck because he got money now.
Yep.
And this type of these court decisions influence the culture, like, and that's what we saying about even. And I hate to relate it to black men dying or anything like that, but when these court decisions influence the culture that happens out in the street, and if women are saying that oftentimes more than not when they go to court the decision is favorable, it will influence what's going on in the street. Just like the same way if oftentimes more than not when I shoot this dude, nothing happens, the chances of it happening more is often more than favorable. And that's why I'm saying the courts is, I just feel like we can't say it's future. The money is no problem. That's great. But let's look deeper into the root of this problem as well, because it's another party in here and we just shaking our finger at him, and it's like we're not shaking our finger the other way, like, well, you didn't have to do that. And how we said too, I'm all for women's having a decision whether they want to have a baby or don't. Right. And that even goes to that step further. If you're literally gonna sit and say a man shouldn't lay down and make a baby that he can't take care of, well, man, when we talking about this equality shit, that shit starts sounding a little bit fucked up when a nigga say it to you. So we're gonna wrap right here, and y'all go ahead and get y'all outros.
Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's T-Rich. It's _T with 2 E's _Rich. And my brother.
Shoot, follow me on Twitter. Call me Jalil, CA2Ls MEJALIL. I say funny shit every now and then, and sometimes I don't.
Well, y'all make sure y'all follow me. Tune in once again. I want to shout out to my foes and my friends. Follow me at RealCliff225. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. The podcast can be found on all streaming platforms at Cliff Notes Radio. Make sure you follow us if you ain't a hoe. And we'll be back.
Notable.
No, if you are one, you can follow as well.
Notable interviews too.
And also check out our notable interview segment, which is only exclusively on the YouTube on the YouTube channel. We're gonna have exclusive content going both ways. I want to make sure that y'all know we doing some stuff a little different. I know y'all, if you watching this, you seeing that some things are a little bit different. If you hearing it, you're probably gonna hear a little difference in the audio and all of that too. We want to thank y'all for rocking with us. If y'all want to ever donate anything or something like that, drop a comment, send us a DM. We're gonna let y'all know how it is, and I'm probably gonna put a Cash App or something right down there. You know what I'm saying? You can hit that too. So thank y'all. We love y'all. We out.
Till next time.